Now, moving to college can be a difficult, life-changing experience for our student athletes, but for one UTSA softball player, she had an additional obstacle that she had to face her freshman year. Since birth, doctor visits and surgeries were nothing new to sophomore outfielder Kendall Burton.
She was born with extreme birth defects, an extreme cleft of the lip and palate.
I mean, she had to have her jaw broken. She had to have bone grafts.
Bone grafts.
I mean, from her hip. There's so many things that she had.
Multiple bone grafts.
But even all those could not prepare her for what happened one night during her first semester of college.
Immediately, I sat up because something was off. I felt like my arm wasn't there, and I couldn't control it. And so I sat up and I was like, okay, whoa. And I was trying to do stuff with my arm, and it was going all different directions. And I called my dad I swear 20 times, and he didn't answer. And so I just laid on my floor for a really long time, or I felt like a really long time.
And Kendall got on the phone and she was incoherent. And I didn't know what it was, but I knew it wasn't good, obviously. But it was just a stuttering and just slurring and just kind of out of breath. And so I immediately jumped in the car and came and got her, and we went directly to the hospital emergency room.
After multiple tests, it was determined that Kendall had suffered a stroke. The stroke hit an area of the brain damaging her cognitive functions, affecting her ability to read, retain information, and even speak.
She was in the hospital for a week,
yeah.
And she wanted desperately to go back to school. She tried to sit in class, and she just couldn't comprehend it.
She got out of the hospital. Leslie was down there. I was working, and she transitioned her to a hotel, and then she would come on campus a little bit, and she knew she couldn't. There's no way she could continue class, so she had to withdraw from our classes. And then Leslie came in and kind of nursed her back to some kind of normalcy.
For the rest of the fall, Kendall worked on getting her cognitive functions up to speed while trying to get ready for softball in the spring.
By the time I got back for winter break, when I went home, I went full force. I went to my workout place, OSP, and I hit with my dad every day. We got reps, and there was no doubt in my mind that I wasn't going to play in the spring. And I know a lot of people were kind of iffy about it, but there was never once I was like, is she can yeah, of course I can play.
Spring 2015, Kendall enrolled in 12 credit hours for her first semester as a student, while taking the diamond for her first season as a road runner.
She jumped right back in when she was completely cleared to play, and nothing else came of it really in that aspect. So obviously she did a fantastic job for us last year and just took it in strides.
Last season, Kendall started all 54 games and hit a .363, leading the team with 69 hits and recording 42 RBI. At the end of the season, she was recognized as part of the all-freshman team and received second-team all-conference honors.
The hardest thing as a parent is when your child is hurt or suffering or struggling and you can't do it for them. And so to see her be able to excel at something that she loved while she was still struggling to come back cognitively was really rewarding to watch her.
She continued her successes this season, currently leading the team with a .308 batting average and 52 hits while still maintaining a heavy class load.
It's still a task, to be honest with you, because, like I said, I didn't ever give myself a real recovery time. I gave myself a solid 3 months, and then I just went for it. And so, it is tough with school sometimes because when my brain gets tired, I get tired, and then things don't make sense, So, I just have to keep a positive spirit all the time because school is very taxing and very hard, especially during season.
And recently, the athletic department recognized her perseverance to overcome everything by awarding her this year's Comeback Player of the Year.
That's great for her to see that not only her team and her coaches and her family within the softball community rallied around her, but the university rallied around her as well.
I was just so honored. That's just so nice of someone thinking that I see you, and I see what you've done, and I see how hard it's been for you, and I just really appreciate it. I don't know how I would have gotten through what I did without softball and without my teammates and without having something to do every day and something to want to get better at.